Right, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Sunday morning over here in Melbourne, and as usual, something exciting, something interesting today. Today, we're going to be talking about support worker jobs in Canada. Yeah, a lot of people have been reaching out to me, and a lot of people are interested in support worker jobs. And I thought, you know what? Let me just make a video and then we try and see how best we can apply for these jobs in Canada. Canada has got massive recruitment when it comes to support workers. All you need to know is how to apply for the jobs. You need to know the right CV for you to use to apply for the opportunities in Canada. So we're going to be talking about all this. We're going to be talking about different provinces that have got better opportunities for support workers. And we are going to be talking about companies that are actively employing and how to identify companies that are employing for international workers. So these are the things that we're going to be talking about today. So this is going to be kind of like a tutorial, and it's going to be done on YouTube. So if you're watching this video on Facebook, I would encourage you to jump onto YouTube to complete the whole video, to complete watching the whole video, because that's where the information is. That's where the information is. I've put the whole video on YouTube. And for those who are watching this video on this YouTube page, please stay right up to the end, because that's where there's going to be the tutorial, the CV tutorial, which is commonly known as the resume in Canada. So yeah, these are the other things that I thought I should just highlight on our video, because a lot of people, they say that it's difficult to get a job in Canada. But what I would say is, at times you need to know the right things to do for you to become the best candidate. So on this platform, we encourage each other. On this platform, we find better ways of maximizing our applications so that we can become the top candidates. Yeah, so before I dive through into the video, those who are going to be watching it on YouTube, I just wanted to say something. At times we get discouraged when we are applying, simply because the application, or simply because the job has been posted and they are looking for maybe 5 people, and then we kind of prematurely give up because we think, oh, 5 people, how can I be, how can I be employed when they only need 5 people? You could be the first person, you could be the 5th person. So it's worth trying. Don't judge yourself, don't underestimate yourself. You can do this. Even if a job listing is saying 1 person, I would say go for it. I would say go for it. You may never know. Yeah, so this is how we chase opportunities. This is how we find opportunities. We keep going. We don't give up prematurely. We keep going. I've got a lot of testimonies in my life about how I've always, pushed through, how I've always found breakthroughs in life. There's lots of testimonies, and one day I'll sit down here and tell you about other testimonies. But the most important thing that I wanted to share today is that even if you think you are knowledgeable, always have somebody to ask. Always have somebody to ask, because your knowledge is not enough. Your knowledge alone is not enough. You need somebody to guide you. I am guided by the Holy Spirit. I'm very much particular when it comes to my faith. I've, all the successes that I've made in life, I have requested the Holy Spirit to guide me. Yes, I have prayed for these opportunities, and the Holy Spirit never goes wrong. The Holy Spirit never goes wrong. If it's not for you, learn to listen. It's not for you. If it's for you, you feel that small voice inside you saying, keep pushing, keep pushing. So always have somebody to guide you. If you are a believer, if you are a Christian, please pray for these opportunities. Pray for these opportunities. The Holy Spirit will never go wrong. That's my belief. That's my belief. This is where I go for these opportunities. I go and kneel down and pray for them. So what is your faith? What is it that you believe in? who is your best person to push you. I would encourage you to seek guidance, seek advice for whoever you believe in. Yeah, so let's go to YouTube. Those who are in YouTube, let's stay for this video. This is going to be a productive video, and after this video, please put in those applications. Please put in those applications. Don't underestimate yourself. Right, so we're going to dive straight through to our presentation today. We're going to be talking about 2 routes. These routes can be taken by somebody that's looking to immigrate to Canada as a caregiver. So the first route that we're going to be talking about is the LMIA. This is for the temporary foreign workers that are looking for jobs in Canada. So this is the LMIA. It's a common route that people are taking. So in this route, an employer is meant to have a license that they are going to use to sponsor their employees, to sponsor their candidates. So this is route number 1. So it's called the Labor Market Impact Assessment route because we are using the LMI. Route number 2 is the Atlantic Immigration Program. This is for the provinces that have been given a green light by the government to employ from overseas. So these are the 2 routes that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to dive straight into them. So like I said, today's video, this is what we're covering. We're covering those 2 pathways for the caregiver jobs, the LMIA route and the Atlantic Immigration Program, the AIP. And then we'll go on to talk about how to identify the jobs that come with the sponsor, the jobs that come with the LMIA. We have to know how to identify them. We also have to know how to identify the ones that come with the Atlantic Immigration Program sponsor. And then we've got a bonus point to talk about, which is how to prepare your resume to match up with the Canadian style. A lot of people come to me saying that we are not getting any jobs, we're not getting even any emails just to reply us to say we don't qualify. At least we know that they have actually seen my applications. What happens is nowadays most of the processes are digital. So the computer is the one that looks at these applications most of the time. So you need to follow the guidelines. If you're applying in Canada, follow the Canadian resume style. This is the standard CV that we're used to. But in Canada, the common term that they use is resume. So as long as you don't know how to do this resume, as long as you don't know how to put together the resume, this becomes an issue. This is when now the system does not even recognize your application. So let's maximize. We have to be at the top of our applicants. Let's optimize our chances of getting jobs in Canada. We have to be at the top. We have to be at the top. Yeah, so let's continue then. So we're going to go now to the Canadian website so that I can give you a tutorial on how best you can find a job, how best you can look for a job. Yeah, but as a disclaimer as well, I'm not an employer. I don't promise people any jobs. I am not a recruiter. I don't recruit anyone for a job in Canada. I just give information based on my research, and I encourage everyone that's listening or watching this video to do their due diligence and make sure they follow the right protocols to find the jobs. Yeah, make sure you follow the right protocols so that you can find a job in Canada. But what I can say is there's a lot of opportunities. Canada has got a large number of aging population. So this gives us an opportunity. This gives us a high chance of applying for jobs over in Canada because the population is aging and they need caregivers. Yeah, the population is aging. They need caregivers. So let's maximize this opportunity. Let's use this opportunity to the fullest so that we can get the jobs. So yes, so we will then go onto our tutorial for today. I'm gonna change the screen here. I hope you guys are staying with me and you can see it on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I thought we start at the Canadian website. So another thing that we should always pay attention to is the websites that we are researching on. Make sure it's a government, make sure it's an official website when you are looking for this type of immigration information. Make sure it's the government official website. So what I want to show you here first is the Government of Canada website, home caregiver, home care workers, caregivers, right? So this shows that the government is actually looking for caregivers. What is important now is to check the opportunities. Like if you look at this website, it's showing you the programs that have been there, some that have been closed and some that are active. I try my best to do my research and give people information that is honest and true. I wouldn't really come here in front of the camera and promise you that there are opportunities when in fact there is none. So I make sure I do my research. When I come here, I give you the information as it is, as from the website. So the website is clearly showing that there are opportunities for caregivers, but some of the programs have been closed. Like you can see this program, the Home Care Worker Immigration Pilot, it has been closed. The live-in caregiver program has been closed. The interim pathway for caregivers program has been closed. The Caring for Children pilot has been closed. Home child care provider has been closed, and the Caring for People with High Medical Needs has been closed. So what do we have? We have the temporary home care worker job, which is a caregiver job. This is still good news, guys. Don't be disappointed. Don't be disheartened because some of the programs have closed. They've closed for a reason, and there are other doors that open for a reason. If some doors close, remember not all doors close. So we still have open windows, we still have open doors. So we will utilize that opportunity to apply to these doors that are still open. So this is what I wanted to show you on this platform. So when we click work temporary as a home care worker, let's see what comes up. Right, so there we go. You may be able to work as a home child care provider under the NOC 44100. This is the code, NOC, the NOC 44100, or home support worker NOC 44101. These are the codes. So if you're doing your research, input these codes on your Google platform, research what this means and what are the job descriptions that they talk about under this NOCs. This will be helpful for you as you are drafting your resume. For an employer, so we'll continue. You may be able to work as a home child care provider for an employer who has a positive labor market impact assessment, which is the LMIA, through the temporary foreign worker program. This type of work permit application for caregivers in Canada currently gets faster processing. This is positive. This is positive. It gets faster processing. So if you apply and you get the job and the employer processes, at least they are reassuring us that it's faster. So you can go on this page. I'm going to leave the link on the description below the video so that you can take your time, go through the link, check how you can apply, check for more information about the LMIA, but I'm going to show you how you can identify these jobs and how you can apply for them. So we'll move on to another website that you should be always checking, which is the Job Bank. This Job Bank is one of the official websites where people who are searching for jobs go to over in Canada. If you're searching for a job in Canada, Job Bank is one of the official websites that you should be going through so that you can be checking for these jobs, for the job opportunities. Yeah, so I am on the Job Bank at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch in
the terms that I want to use for searching. This caregiver, it depends on which country you are applying to. If you are applying to the UK, it's commonly known as the healthcare assistant. If you're applying in Australia, support worker. In Canada, it's known as the home support worker. This is one of the common terms that they use. Caregiver, home support worker, personal support worker. You can use these terms changeably so that you can search for the job. So I'm going to use home support worker for this tutorial, and we see what results it's going to give us. So I'll click search there. Okay, we've got 151 results, which is amazing, which is good. So we've got the 151 results, but are we going to apply for all the jobs? That's the question. So this is what is important. The companies that sponsor for this LMIA, they always have the LMIA besides the job advert. So you'll be able to identify which company has the LMIA sponsor. So somebody may ask, should I then ignore the rest of the jobs? My advice is just, use your instincts. Because what happens is these other jobs that don't have the LMIA, usually they're the jobs that are locally advertised over in Canada. Therefore, the people that are local, people that have got permanent residence, people that have got citizenship, but that should not stop you from applying, because remember, these opportunities are individualized. These opportunities are personal. It depends really on your instinct. It depends on your instinct. When I applied for my nursing job in Ireland, the advert was not for the African nurses, it was for the Asian nurses, but I used my instincts. I did apply, even if it wasn't for me, and I got the job.
So I will always kind of, ask God for direction. I'll always ask for the Holy Spirit for direction. So it depends on what you believe in yourself. So use your instinct, but at times, if you don't want to waste time, target the ones that have the LMIA, So let's go and find out. So here we go. These are the jobs. The jobs are there. Personal support worker, home support. You can see personal support worker, home support. Next one, home support worker. We've got lots of support worker jobs. So you can throw in your application. So here is the one that has an LMIA requested. You can find all these jobs in the job bank. So don't panic that I'm moving too fast. You can go in, try yourself, and punch in the terms that I showed you. So this is one of the things that I wanted you to identify. This green thing here that's saying LMIA requested is one of the most important things, because it shows that this employer is open to overseas employment. It shows that this employer is open to overseas employment. So these are the people that you should be targeting. There's another one. There is the third one. So they are there. The jobs are there, guys. The jobs are there. People should not, shy away. People should not shy away. Some people can say that I opened the job and they only need 5 people. I don't think I'll qualify. Guys, who knows? Who knows? If they're looking for 5 people, maybe you're the first one, maybe you're the second, maybe you're the fifth. So don't shy away. Click these jobs and apply. So we're going to look at this one that was advertised on the 29th of June, because it's our latest so far that I've come across, but we did not scroll down to the 151, but this is just for the tutorial. We're going to click onto it and see what happens. Right, so personal support worker, home support. This job has been advertised, so please go ahead. Those that are ready, go ahead and apply. So what does our labor market impact assessment mean? This means the employer could not find, I'm reading here, this means the employer could not find a Canadian worker for this job and applied for a labor market impact assessment to hire a temporary foreign worker. This should not discourage you as well, because it says temporary. what is important is just to go there. What is important is to go there for the job, and then you can find your way, you can navigate through to become a permanent resident. So don't just target permanent residents. As long as it's a sponsorship job, go for it, and then you'll find your way once you are in. So what do they require? They require English language. They want somebody that has done secondary high school and has a certificate or equivalent experience. They want somebody that has experience of 1 to less than 7 months, which is good. And then it gives you all the description, the responsibilities, administer medications, assist clients with bathing, assist in regular exercise, launder clothes and household linens, men clothes and linens, perform light housekeeping and cleaning duties, provide companionship, provide personal care, shop for food and household supplies. So it gives you everything, the experience, the additional information, security and safety. They're going to need a criminal record, basic security clearance, references, and then the work conditions are there as well. They will tell you that this work involves bending, combination of sitting, physical demanding, repetitive task, sitting, standing. It's all there. Personal suitability, punctuality, client focus, dependability, efficient interpersonal skills, excellent oral communication, flexibility, initiative, judgment, organized, reliability, team player, patience, and honesty. So they've given you everything that you need for your resume. They've given you everything that you need for your resume. So you just take all that. So this is the LMIA route, guys. This is the first route that I had said I'm going to talk about. This is the LMIA route. So that's it. If you have any questions, put it in there in the comment section. I'll get back and then, answer you as honestly as I can. Yeah, so let's carry on. Right, so now we have switched our presentation back to our PowerPoint. I hope you guys can see my PowerPoint. Yeah. Okay, so let's carry on. Let us carry on. We have spoken about that. Use the official temporary foreign workers section. We have talking about that. I mentioned that some of these programs have been closed. So for now, this is the one that we're gonna use under the LMIA, the temporary foreign worker job. That's what we were doing over there, identifying the LMIA, yeah. So yeah, so the other thing other than identifying the LMIA, it's the job title and the occupation match. Make sure it matches your preferences and make sure you find out who can apply. That's what I was talking about. If it's saying only for the locals and only for people that have permanent residency and citizenship, I would step back, but only if my instinct is saying go ahead, then I can. Yeah, so you follow the advert exactly. What does the advert want? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna follow the advert. That's your application process. Yeah, once you click on the job, it will clearly show you what the process is. So that's the LMIA. Yeah, so we'll move on to We'll move on now to the Atlantic Immigration Program, the Atlantic Immigration Program. So this program is for skilled workers who are eligible for the Atlantic Canada graduates. So this means that Canada has granted some provinces, it has given some provinces a green light to employ overseas, and these provinces have qualified under the Atlantic Canada graduate. So it has qualified under the Atlantic Immigration Program. Yeah. So you need a valid job offer. So which means you're going to be now targeting the employers who fall under this immigration program. Remember, under the LMIA, we were targeting employers that have the sponsor license, the LMIA. So now we want the employers who are under this program, which is the Atlantic Immigration Program. That's the one that we're targeting on this one. So the provinces that qualify under this program are New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Islands, Newfoundland, and Labrador. So these are the provinces. So you can actually, when you are typing and on your Google looking for the jobs, you can actually put these provinces as well. So you must still meet the applicable work experience, the education that they require, the language, the settlement requirements. You have to meet all these things. They'll tell you what experience they want. They'll tell you which certificate they want, the language, which is the English language. They'll tell you the points, but usually you should target, if you are doing IELTS, you should target 6. 5 and 6, I think you'll be safe. If it's general IELTS, make sure you get a score of 5 across or 6 across to be safe. Yeah. So we will go deep into this program. What does this designated employer mean? So like I said, the designated employer, these are the people that are under the Atlantic Immigration Program. Only these employers can offer the jobs and submit the endorsement application under the Atlantic Immigration Program. Yeah. So yeah. So designation, remember, does not mean that the company has an active caregiver job. This is why I want us to look at the companies so that you can go company by company, checking if they have active recruitment. Some people could have fallen under this Atlantic Immigration Program, but they are sitting idle. They are not doing anything about it. And then other companies are actively posting the jobs out there. Yeah, so yeah, let's check them. Let's check them. So New Brunswick designated employer list. So I'm gonna open one of the designated employers. Remember, there's many of them. Yeah, let me take you back. Remember, we said New Brunswick, we said Nova Scotia, we said Prince Edward Islands, we said Newfoundland and Labrador. But because this is a tutorial, we're not going to go through them all. So I'm just going to open the Brunswick one because that's the one that I just searched. I'm going to open the Brunswick just to show you how much, how many of these employers have this Atlantic Immigration Program access. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just scrolling so that I can get to the top of the document. So here, designated employers, these are in Brunswick. The following is a list of employers designated in New Brunswick under the Atlantic Immigration Program. The list does not indicate that these employers are hiring. Designated employers are required to advertise vacancies to be filled. So just having the list on its own doesn't mean that the employer is hiring, but going onto the website and checking for the jobs is the best way to go about it. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. All these employers are employing. Look at that. Page 1, page 2. Look at that. Page 3, page 4, page 5. There's so many pages. There's so many pages. I can't even go through them all. There's so many pages. Guys, this is an opportunity. Take your time. Take your time. Pick an employer. Go through their website. See if they've got active jobs. Leave an application. Yeah. We want testimonies. We want testimonies on this platform. We want testimonies on this platform. And I'm not just giving you information. I'm giving you information that's feasible, information that's there. You can see it. Even if you go on your own websites, even if you go on your own search platforms, search for these areas, search for these jobs, search for all the information that I'm giving you. I don't just give information just to gain likes or to have subscribers, but I give information that's authentic, information that's honest, that's there for people to read, information that's available for the public. So that's what I do here on my platform. Yeah, so there's so many. We can't finish them all. So jump onto that, guys. Don't hesitate. Jump onto that. We want testimonies. Yeah. Let's do this. We can do this. We want testimonies. All right. So yeah, let's continue with our presentation. So what do I do then after I find a designated employer? This is a question that somebody can be asking themselves. Find a designated employer and a suitable vacancy, apply and receive an eligible job offer, meet the Atlantic Immigration Program eligibility requirements. They'll tell you about this. Complete the settlement plan process. Employer province completes endorsement, receives provincial endorsement, and then apply for permanent residency. Well, guys, what do you say about that? So this is the process. You should meet the eligibility. The employer will do everything. You don't even need to stress by wanting to know what happens because some of the terms are probably for immigration purposes. So you may not, understand them fully, but that's not important. What is crucial at this point is for you to put in an application. That's what I'll be troubling myself about, making sure that I'm putting that application. We want testimonies on this platform before the end of 2026. I want to be coming here telling you about the number of people that have applied, the number of people that are telling me, Hazel, this is my response. I want to hear that. I want to hear people saying that they are blessed, they've gotten the jobs. Yeah. So this is my advice. If you're applying from Africa, do not depend on one website. Do not depend on one website. Look for other areas that are open for you to put in your search so that they can give you information. Use the Canadian sources. Like I mentioned, there are many scammers out there. Who are positioning themselves in different forms, shape, just so they can get money off you. So please be mindful, be aware. Use official websites if possible. If you're not sure, ask, find out. Read eligibility wording before applying. Yeah, make sure you read and understand what you're meant to do. Tailor your CV to the real job. That's the next thing we're going to be talking about. Never invent experiences, and you should know what type of CV, depending on which country you are applying to. One vacancy can still change one person's life. This is my favorite. You could be the right person. Please don't hesitate. Make sure, go there with confidence, apply and tell yourself this one is for you. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave the links below so that people can be able to navigate through and apply for those job opportunities. This channel is for chasing opportunities. I talk real immigration. I talk real stories. I talk real opportunities. So there's a lot that happens on this platform. If you want to see my life as an immigrant here in Australia, I often post videos that could inspire somebody out there. Yeah. So let's continue, guys. Now we go to the CV part. Let's go to the resume part. Yeah. All right. So this is the resume part. Some people have tried applying. In fairness, people have been trying, but their applications are not picked up. Why, guys? Why are the applications not picked up? Let's know what that area needs. Like, there are styles of resumes depending on which country you are applying in. Yeah, so let's see. So for the Canadian resume, It should not be just a fancy resume, not your life story. It just has to be a clear, targeted resume built for the job you are applying for. So you can have many different resumes depending on the job that you are applying for. The job itself is going to help you on how you should customize your resume. You can change your resume many times depending on what the employer wants. So this is very important. You just need to search what your employer wants, and then your resume should align with that. So Canada usually says resume. I've said that. In many countries, we call it casually, say CVs. So for Canadian job searching, you commonly see the word resume. Always read the advert and submit exactly what the advert is requiring from you. Yeah. There are some things that I would discourage people from doing. These are the don'ts. Yeah. These are the don'ts. I would discourage people from the don'ts. I'm trying to fix my screen there. There's a light that I can see, which is just coming in to my screen. I hope it's not disturbing the presentation. I hope it's not. Okay, so these are the don'ts. Your photograph, don't make the interviewer judge according to your photograph. Your age, your date of birth, let's not put it in there. Your height, your weight, they don't need to know all that. Your marital status, nobody has asked for it. So why should we be putting it out there? Your religion, your political views, that should not be included. Your social insurance numbers, please, let's stay away from putting all this. Yeah. Let's not bother ourselves by putting all this. They are not asking for them. Keep the focus on the skills, on the qualifications, and the relevant experience. That's what I would advise. The structure that I would use if I were to apply today. It's just my full name, my contact details, my professional summary, the key skills, my work experience, the most recent work experience at the top, the education and the training, the relevant certificates, and the licenses. That's what I would include. And then if you have volunteered, it's good as well to just put it in there. It's good to put it in there. Sometimes it can add to the value of your resume. And then we've got a professional summary that we usually put in our resume. Something that I would not encourage as well is just to simply say, I'm a hardworking person looking for any job in Canada. That shows desperation, and most employers, they don't want to deal with people who are desperate. So just you'd rather just say, I'm a compassionate care support professional with 4 years experience assisting older people with personal care, mobility. So this is just an example. Say it, say the skills that you can provide. Give that employer credibility to say, this is who I am and this is what I can do. Yeah. Then add 1 or 2 strengths that match the actual vacancy. Do not claim any experience that you don't have. Don't claim any certificates that you don't have. Don't claim any Canadian experience if you don't have it. I would also put in the key skills, which are the personal care, the activities of daily living, mobility and transfer assistance, meal preparation and household support, companionship and emotional support, observations and reporting, infection prevention and safety. So for infection prevention, this is one of the most important skills that the employers are looking for. Remember, as soon as we came out of COVID, a lot of employers want people that have this skill. Yeah, they want people that know about infection and control. Communication and teamwork. Only include skills you can genuinely demonstrate. So don't just make up skills. Just put don't just make up skills. Make sure you put the skills that you can do. The work experience. Use clear action statements. Instead of responsible for patients, you would rather say assist clients with such a thing. Assist clients with hygiene, dressing, mobility, daily living, such things. Put your strongest, most relevant experience near the top. So this is one of the tips for the resume. Yeah, if you are doing resumes, if you are doing CVs, your strongest points should be at the top. Your strongest experience, your strengths, make sure they're at the top so that they can catch the eye of the employer. Because you are competing, guys, remember that you are competing with the whole world. It's not just yourself, your village, your community, your city, your country. It's the whole world. This is public information. Everyone is looking for jobs. So people are going to apply. So you have to be competitive. You have to be competitive. We have to maximize. We have to optimize the chances of getting picked up by our employers. So the education and training, make sure you describe the qualification name as it is on the certificate, the institution that trained you, the country where you trained, the year you completed, relevant care training certificates. If an assessment or credential evaluation has genuinely been completed, state it accurately and say when it was completed. Do not rename your overseas qualifications. Like, take it from the certificate. If the certificate is saying Red Cross, put it in there as Red Cross. Don't change the name, because if you change the name, that that's gonna be a minus for you. That's a red flag, because the employer is saying, okay, this person is saying they've got this educational experience, but the certificate is saying a different thing. Yeah, so let's be careful. Now, caregiver vacancy resume. If the advert is saying assist with bathing and personal hygiene, you show that from your resume. Show that you've got experience in assisting with personal hygiene and dignity focused care. If the advert is saying prepare nutritious meals, you should be saying in your resume, meal preparation experience, I've got it. If the advert is saying companionship, you should be saying, I'm able to provide social and emotional support to reduce isolation. So give it to them. Yeah, this is a guideline. They are giving you the answers. Give it to them. If they say they want somebody that's bathing and doing personal hygiene, say to them, say, I can bathe patients. I can bathe patients. I can do everything, around that skill that they are looking for. So this is the answers. This is the answers. Give it to them. Give it to them. Whatever they're asking for, give it to them. That's the way to go about it. And surely, if you do this, an employer is going to pick you up. An employer is going to pick you up. Yeah, so another thing that's very important when it comes to your resume is to use some official resume tools. Like, you remember we spoke about the job bank earlier. The job bank has got a resume builder with a template. It has a resume builder with a template. So this is how you can also find best ways that you can use to build your resumes. And you don't just have to have one resume. You can have plenty, depending on the number of jobs that you want to apply for, depending on the job's description. Yeah, you can have one resume for certain job descriptions, another resume for other jobs. You can have 10 resumes, depending on what the employer is looking for. You pull out the resume that is tailored for that type of job. You pull it out, the one that's customized for that type of job. So this is how we're doing it. We change our resumes depending on what the employer is looking for. But as long as you know that you have the skills, you don't just change for no reason. You change to align, but at the back of your mind, knowing that you've done it. Yeah, so this is my 60-second resume checklist. Does my resume match this vacancy? This is the first question I would ask myself. If it's a yes, then I'll go ahead and apply. Is the most relevant experience easy to find? This is what I've been talking about. Put the most relevant experience at the top. Put it at the top so that the employer can pick it up even without browsing through. Show it to them. Magnify your experience. Put it at the top. Have I removed unnecessary personal information in my photo? Let's take that out there. Take off your photo, your age, your religion. Nobody has asked. Take out your marital status, remove it from there. Nobody has asked for it. Are my dates and qualifications and experience truthful? This is very important. Input things that are truthful. Have I checked the spelling and the grammar? Remember, you are moving over to English speaking countries. Canada is English speaking and French speaking. So if you are speaking French, even better. If you are speaking French, even better opportunities, because there are other provinces that are looking for French speaking people only. So this would be an added advantage. So please, let's look at our grammar. Did I follow the employer's application instructions exactly? That's very important. Would an employer understand my value within the first part of my resume? So the first part should be magnified. The first part should be rich with experience, rich with everything that the company is looking for. Yeah, so that's how we catch the eye of the company. So yeah, guys, you may already have the experience, you may already have the compassion, you may already have the practical skills, but the employer can only assess what you clearly communicate. If it's not communicated, it's not there. The employer will not guess anything. They will take every word that you say. So find the right vacancy, read it carefully, tailor your resume, apply honestly, and keep going. Yeah, let's keep going, guys. We are not stopping. Nothing is gonna stop us in 2026. Nothing is gonna stop us in 2026. We are moving forward. We are moving forward. We are making those applications, and we are hoping the best for everyone that's going to be listening to this video. I wish you the best. Yeah, I'm going to leave the links below for all the things that I've spoken about, so that you can be able to try them yourself and do your research yourself. Use your due diligence. Do your due diligence, and please like and subscribe to this video. This is going to motivate me. This is going to give me energy to keep releasing videos like this. I hope this video is going to be fruitful. I hope this video is going to assist somebody out there who is looking for an opportunity in 2026. See you in the next video.